O, tingnan mo ha.
Di ba?
Kanina, nabanggit mo kay Congressman Dan Fernandez, hindi nabigyan ng lisensya. Narinig ko yun ha. You were not given a license. Now, what license are you talking about?
Nag-email po si, Mr. Chair, nag-email po si PAGCOR sa email ko dahil ako po yung authorized po. Kaya sa akin po nag-email. Ang sabi po ni PAGCOR po is hindi po sila magbibigay ng lisensya. Or,
Sa
hindi
PAGCOR.
siya mag-renew.
PAGCOR.
Opo,
Ang
Mr.
PAGCOR, hindi nagbibigay ng lisensya sa mga building. Nagbibigay ng lisensya sa POGO. Di ba?
Opo, bali po.
Kanina binabanggit mo na wala kang kinalaman sa POGO eh.
Mr. Chair, may I explain po?
Kahit mag-explain ka, tatanggi mo na naman na involved ka sa POGO eh. Di ba? You're going to explain, but you will still insist that you have nothing to do with POGO. Answer me. Magaling ka, genius ka, di ba? Sagutin mo ako. You have nothing to do with POGO, but you applied for a license in PAGCOR, and you will refuse a license. What kind of license? PAGCOR is not giving a license for apartments or buildings. They are giving licenses for POGO. What are you applying for?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
What are you applying for?
Nag-apply po kami for renewal po ng license po.
Nang ano?
PAGCOR po.
Nang ano nga?
PAGCOR po.
Hindi, nang ano?
License to operate po.
For what? Anong i-operate?
Yung tag po dito, yung...
POGO. Come on, tell me. POGO. Operation ng POGO. Tell us here. Because look, we are preventing that Congressman Karap will again make a motion for contempt and consign you to Mandaluyong Correctional Institution. Now, you answer me now, what kind of license did you trying to get from PAGCOR?
Mr. Chair, license to operate po ng PAGCOR.
Ano? Anong
Ng
to
business
operate
po.
ng PAGCOR? Hindi pwedeng to operate ng PAGCOR. You applied for a license from PAGCOR to operate what?
To operate POGO po.
Yun. Ibig sabihin, involved ka sa POGO. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-apply ng license sa PAGCOR na hindi mo alam na POGO yan. Oh my goodness. Oh, nagpunta ka sa PAGCOR. Sinama mo pa si Atty. Harry Roque. Si Atty. Harry Roque naman, sapagkat alam mo may influence sa PAGCOR yan, nagpasama ka sa kanya at nagbayad ka pa ng dollar sa PAGCOR. According to Chairman Altenco. Am I right? Back charges. Nagbayad ka. Am I right?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Oh, ano yung binayaran mo?
Utang po.
Utang ng
Lucky
ano?
South.
Utang mo? O
No.
utang ng
po
ano?
ng Lucky South sa
Therefore,
PAGCOR po.
kung hindi ka kasama sa Lucky South, bakit ikaw ang nagbabayad ng utang ng Lucky South sa PAGCOR, Mr. Chair?
Pwede pong, Mr.
Sige,
Chair.
go
pwede.
ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, authorized representative lamang po ako.
Whatever it is, authorized representative ka, utusan ka, pero ikaw ay inutusan ng Lucky South, magbayad ka sa PAGCOR ng back charges sapagkat ikaw mismo ang nag-apply sa PAGCOR ng POGO. Yes or no?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair, hindi po ako mismo yung nag-apply sa POGO. Renewal lang nung pumunta
Hindi
po
ba
kami.
kasama ka ni Atty. Harry Roque sa
Yes
PAGCOR?
po, for renewal po.
Ibig sabihin, ikaw ang nag-renew o nag-apply, whatever it is. Basta napunta ka sa PAGCOR. Am I right?
Yes po.
Ikaw ang nagbayad. Am I right?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
At ang binayaran mo sa PAGCOR, ukol yun sa POGO. Am I right? Yes or no? Huwag kang mag-isinungaling dito.
Yes po, Mr.
Kahit
Chair,
genius
kasi-
ka, hindi mo kayang paikutin. Kaming dalawa ni Congressman Romy ako. Si Congressman Dan, kaya hindi mo pa pinapaikot yan eh. Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Abante.
Alam mo, Mr. Chairman, this is not a laughing
Yes,
matter.
yes, Congressman Dan.
No, I just wanted to also to clarify that my position is to really to find out yung nalalaman ni Miss Cassandra Ong. Yun lang naman ang intention natin, to find out the truth, to help us ease the problems that we are encountering on trying to link each and every one of those who have perpetrated the crimes on this Pogo Hub. And I thought, and we thought, that she'd be cooperating with us. But unfortunately, it seems that she doesn't want to cooperate. I hope, Cassie, that you will change your mind.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Noted. I know that Congressman Dan is so kind with beautiful women.
Okay, are you done?
Mr. Chair, no,
Congressman?
I'm at it. I about have
Okay,
two
please
questions
wrap
more.
up. Thank you.
Yes. Ms. Cassie Ong, Mr. Chair, may I ask, do you know Rainier Chu? Do you know Rainier Chu? Kilala mo ba si Rainier Chu? Yes or no lang yan, kung kilala mo siya o hindi. Do you refuse to answer if you know?
Tanungin natin,
Kilala mo ba si Rainier Chu?
Mr. Chair, I invoke my right.
Ha?
I invoke my right to remain silent.
No, you cannot invoke your right. That is not, this is not a court. This is a hearing in Congress.
Chairman,
She invoked her right not
Chairman.
to answer. Tinatanong kita, kilala mo ba si Rainier Chu?
Okay, before that, Congressman Abante, is this a interjection?
yes, Mr. Chairman, if the good congressman...
Although
Abante
our
will-
ground rules does not allow interjections, but the chair will allow you to speak.
Thank you, Chairman.
Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, matanong ko lang po, that was the advice of your lawyer? No, that's yours. Now, ang ano kasi dito sa House, sa inquiry in aid of legislation, if the question and your answer will be incriminating to you. And what is incriminating to answer yes or no to that question of the Chairman Abante? Wala eh. Wala akong nakitang incriminating. Tinatanong ka pa lang naman kung kilala mo o hindi. O yes or no lang.
Pakisagot mo lang. Kilala mo ba si Mr. Rainier Chu?
Mr. Chair, pwedeng hindi ko po siya sagutin.
So parang sinabi mo na rin, nakakilala
Mr.
mo siya.
Chair,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Again, sige, Congressman Akop.
Attorney, are you advising your client properly? Because according to our rules, the refusal to answer any question which is not incriminatory to the resource persons, he can be cited in contempt. Alam nyo naman po siguro yun. So, kindly advise your lawyer kasi, yeah,
May I, Mr. Chair, repeat the question? I just would like Ms. Cassie Ong, please, to answer me right now and to answer the committee, yes or no. Kilala ba
Chair.
niya si Rainier Chu? Sapagkat if she will not answer and invoke her right to silence, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, kilala niya si Rainier Chu. And I know, Mr. Chair, that she refuses to answer if she knows because there are some sensitive things that she knows about Pogo.
So your 30 seconds is up. Kasi, kilala mo ba si Mr. Rainier Chu?
kakilala po.
Okay. Yun.
Pero po, again, hindi ko po siya, parang,
O yun ang susunod kong tanong. Ano ang pagkakilala mo sa kanya?
again, hindi ko po siya sobrang close po.
Pero kilala ka niya. Hindi mo siya masyadong kilala, pero kilala ka niya at kilala ka niya na ikaw ay involved sa Pogo Hub.
Hindi ko
Again sinayo mo na kanina na ang binayaran mo sa PAGCOR Pogo involved ka. Please, Miss Ong, please. Sapagkat you have been answering, kahit noon pa, I was asking you, na sinasabi mo palagi, hindi ka involved sa Pogo, hindi mo alam ang Pogo. Right now, anyone can be caught in the mouth. Okay? A fish is always caught in the mouth. Unless otherwise, you use a net. Alright? So therefore, ngayon, inaamin mo sa committee ito na you know about Pogo. Inaamin mo na yung Lucky South, Pogo ang negosyo. Yes or no?
pwedeng pakiulit yung question.
Mr. Chair, Ang lakas na ho ng boses ko eh. Para hindi nyo marinig yung sinabi ko eh. Mahina din ba tenga mo? Ang lakas na ng boses ko eh. Uulitin ko pa ba?
If I may,
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Nabante, if I may, just alam mo, kasi, sa tingin ng marami naming mga kasamahan dito, ikaw ay ginamit na dami. Ikaw ay dami ng mga taong nasa likod nitong pogo. Ang sunod na tanong, ikaw ba alam mo na illegal yung mga ginagawa o hindi? Kaya nga binibigyan ka namin ng pagkakataon. Dahil pwede mo namang sabihin na ginamit ka, na dami ka lang. Hindi ba? Kasi kung sasabihin mo, ipipilit mo na ikaw ay isang investor dyan, baka tanungin namin magkano ininvest mo at hindi ka magsalita, mas mananagot ka sa amin. Pangalawa, saan galing yung pera mo? Di ba? Sinabi mo kanina, nabanggit mo sa mother mo. Na yung mother mo, I'm sorry to hear that, she passed away already. Pero tatanungin namin, saan galing? Yung mother mo ba may negosyo? Meron bang binabayad na buwis? Magkano bang naipon ng mother mo? Gusto mo bang umabot tayo sa ganun? Kaya alam mo, yung mga tanong na tinatanong ng mga kasamahan namin dito, kasi kami alam na namin na ikaw ay ginamit lang eh. Ikaw ay dami ka lang dito. At mayroong mga tao nasa likod nito na hindi mo mabanggit for some reason. No, for some reason, hindi mo mabanggit kasi maaaring malapit sa'yo, o hindi kaya ay kamag-anak mo, o hindi kaya ay boyfriend mo, o hindi kaya ay siya yung pilit mong tinatago sa amin. Di ba? Anong masasabi mo, Kasi?
Sa lahat po ng question na po, hindi po ako dami.
So, investor ka.
Yes po.
So, sige.
Mr. Chair.
Investor po ng ano?
Mr. Chair, again po, word win po. Mr. Chair,
Kasi, how much did you earn in totality being the incorporator of Whirlwind Corporation?
can I not disclose that po?
Simple question. You've been a incorporator of Whirlwind Corporation. Kung ikaw ay incorporator, syempre, at least alam mo kung magkano. Sabihin na lang natin, nung nag-start ka ng, sa Whirlwind Corporation, nung 2019 yung sa 2022. So magkano yung kinita mo na doon? Nagbabayad ka ba ng income tax? Do you have an income tax return?
Ipatanong ko po sa tao ko. Basta,
Kasi you're handling so much money. Tapos, a simple income tax return, hindi mo masagot. So, be cooperative. Magsabi ka na kasi ng totoo sa amin. Kasi yun lang kami makakatulong sa'yo. Natatakot ka ba sa mga tao na kapaligid sa'yo? Hindi ka natatakot? Hindi ka natatakot makulong?
harapin ka ng boss, Mr.
Ha?
Chair.
Ano na?
If ever po there's a case against...
Haharapin mo na lang yung kaso.
Opo.
So in other words, you don't want to be protected by being cooperative to this committee, and you will face the music with the court. Is that what you're trying to say? Kaya ibig sabihin, mas gugustuhin mo pang harapin talaga yung kaso mo sa korte kaysa bigyan ka namin ng pagkakataon na maging parte ng aming pinaglalaban dito sa quad committee ito na mag-cooperate ka sa aming investigasyon. So, in other words, you will not be you will not be cooperating anymore by naming names. Yun lang naman hinihingi namin sa iyo kasi mga pangalan
Wala po ako may bibigay na pangalan, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Sige,
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Abante.
I'd like to make a motion that we invite Mr. Rainer Chu in this hearing, Mr. Chair. I so move.
There is a motion to invite Mr. Rainier Chu. Any second?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded. No objections. Hearing no objections, the motion is carried. Comsec.
Okay, Mr. Chair, isa na lang tanong, no? Sinabi mo kanina, Mr. Chair, Miss Cassie, na ang involvement mo ay yung income rentals ng Whirlwind. Am I right? Oo.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Tanong ko lang ganito. Yung income rentals per square meter, di ba? And per ulo operator. Am I right? Per ulo operator protection. Protection dito sa iyo at kay Mr. Wu?
No po.
Hindi.
Hindi po.
Wala
Wala
Sapagkat
po.
ikaw ang kumukolekta eh. Ikaw ang kumukolekta ng income rentals per square meter plus yung protection para kay Mr. Wu. Pakisagot na pa.
Wala po.
Okay. Well, lastly, Mr. Chair, is your lawyer here right now an associate of Attorney Topacio? You are.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
May I ask, Mr. Chair, why Attorney Topacio is not here today? Can the lawyer answer, please?
Your Honor, please, he has a previous commitment. He was supposed to be ready for yesterday's hearing, but unfortunately, it was transferred to today, Your Honor.
Well, Congressman Dan mentioned about what Attorney Topacio did to us. No? Would like to ask from you, if Attorney Topacio owned this, I do not know if this is Facebook or whatever it is called Yes, Yes, Yo. Does Attorney Topacio own this?
I understand, Your Honor, that he has a radio program, but I don't know if that is the one, Your Honor.
Oh yes, it says right here, yes, yes, yo, have a great weekend. And this is what Attorney Topacio is saying. You know, he is trying to appear like he is a young brat when he is actually a very good lawyer. And he is a friend even of this committee. I do not know why he has been saying things against us and bad things about us. Anyway, alam mo may kasabihan tayo, Attorney, Mr. Chair. Meron akong nabasang kasabihan. You know, never approach a bull in front, and never approach a horse behind, and never approach an idiot in any direction. Oh, bahala ka na, attorney, kung anong gusto mong isipin tungkol doon. No? And the thing is, we're not going to, in a way, attacking for this. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa kanya, at we have a copy of all of this. I'm not actually offended, no? Nakakaano lang na the kind of very good lawyer he is, that he would appear like a young brat that does nothing but go against us who are seriously investigating this matter for the Filipino people para malaman po ng publiko ang katotohanan. Hindi po para sa amin. Mr. Chair, maraming salamat po. Yun lang gusto kong sabihin.
Thank you, Congressman Abante.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congresswoman Luis.
I just wish to add to the manifestation of the Honorable Abante that the reposting done by Yes, Yes, Yo, which we believe belongs to Attorney Topacio, constitute an act of contempt because that constitutes disrespect to the members of this committee. I hope that this is a reasonable warning for him. We are all members of the bar. We are not taught like this. We are not trained like this. We are bound to protect our legal profession. And this is not the way we should discharge our responsibility as members of the Philippine Bar. Kindly relay to Attorney Topacio.
I will, Your Honor.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luis.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Congressman Keith Flores.
Earlier, when I was questioning Ms. Ong, Mr. Chair, I asked her about the ITRs of Whirlwind. So now I would just like to make it into a motion, Mr. Chair, to compel Whirlwind Corporation through Ms. Cassandra Ong to submit the income tax returns of Whirlwind Corporation from the years 2019 to 2023, Mr. Chair, and also for the settlement of the estate of the mother of Ms. Cassandra Ong, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a motion to... Yes, sige, Attorney.
May I please be recognized, Mr. Chair? Your
Okay,
Honor.
you're recognized.
Your Honor, please, one problem that Ms. Ong has been complaining is that her cell phone, Your Honor, contains so many of the documents, personal documents, official documents, and she has no other way to access this information. It is in her cell phone, in her iPad, Your Honor, please. It is in these devices are in the custody of the NBI. We have twice requested, Your Honor, from the office of Director Jaime Santiago. I am not sure if the answer of one of the NBI officers is official, that they will abide by the order of the Senate or of the Congress, of this Honorable House, if there is an order to return the said gadgets, Your Honor, please. So one reason why Ms. Ong finds it very hard to recall some data, Your Honor, please, is that she has no aid because she don't have hard copies of this, Your Honor, please.
Okay,
May
thank
we
you.
know, please, Your Honor, if there is any remedy from
Mr.
this
Chairman,
honorable body,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Chairman, if I
Well,
may.
the Quad Committee will make representations to DOJ and NBI and perhaps ask whether we can have the gadgets of Miss Cassandra Ong be turned over to her. Of course, we will abide by what the DOJ would advise us. So, but be assured that the Quad Committee will make representations to DOJ and NBI.
May I,
Mr. Chair.
sorry, Your Honor.
Yes, Congressman Fernandez.
Kasi, ano yun, iPhone? Meron kang iCloud? Meron kang cloud? Di ba?
Opo, iPhone po, pero wala siyang... hindi ko po
Hindi
kasi...
ka naka-cloud?
Hindi siya naka-shared po eh. So
All
once
the
na...
documents that you put on your cellphone, hindi siya automatic sharing sa cloud? Are you sure?
Yes po. I can prove it naman pag nandyan po yung ano.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, let me amend my
So-
motion, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Flores.
So that we will not interfere with the investigation of the NBI and not retrieve the cell phone, maybe just direct the BIR office concerned, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
to furnish us with copies of the ITR.
Is BIR here? Meron bang representative ng BIR? Yeah, in the last hearings, ito. Can you state your name?
I am Attorney Canton Orculio from the Bureau of Internal Revenues, Legal and Legislative Division, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a request from Congressman Flores with respect to the ITR of the Whirlwind Corporation and Miss Cassandra Li Ong on the periods
2019 to 2023, Mr. Chair.
2019 to 2023. Can you provide this committee those information?
Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, they are protected by Section 270 of the Tax Code, which prohibits the BIR or any of its officers from divulging tax returns and other information of a taxpayer to anyone, sir. It is a criminal liability for us. But if we could ask Mr. Chair for a written permission from Ms. Cassandra Ong, and also as an heir of her mother's estate, we can provide this committee, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Miss Cassie Ong, kailangan ng permiso mo para mag-release ng dokumento ang BIR doon sa hinihingi ni Congressman Flores na income tax return mo ng Whirlwind Corporation at saka yung estate ng mother mo. Naintindihan mo ba yun?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Pwede ko pong konsultahin mo na yung lawyer ko about that po, Mr. Chair.
Attorney, please advise your client. And let us wait for the letter of Cassandra Ong to giving permission to the BIR to release these documents. In the meantime, we would like to ask the lawyer to please advise your client that before the day ends, before this hearing ends, may we be informed as to the decision of your client. Salamat. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Congresswoman Luistro.
can I have a short inquiry with AMLA?
Okay. Please proceed.
May we know the status of the cases filed already against Cassandra Ong?
Good
What
afternoon,
cases
Your Honor.
have you filed so far with Cassandra Ong?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For Cassandra Ong, we have filed a money laundering complaint last Friday, Your Honor.
And in your mandate, AMLA, have you tried to look into the bank deposits of Cassandra Ong?
Your Honor, that is part of the ongoing investigation. But with respect to the money laundering complaint last Friday, we have limited ourselves to the transaction of Ms. Alice Go.
I understand, however, Mr. Chair, that in the charter of AMLA, there are crimes, offenses, when you can look into the bank accounts as exception to bank secrecy law without a court order. Is it the opinion of AMLA that this one belongs to the exception?
That is correct, Your Honor. The predicate offenses relied upon in filing the money laundering complaint is qualified trafficking in person, SRC violation, and estafa, Your Honor.
In other words, Mr. Chair, the AMLA confirms that because of human trafficking, SEC regulation violation, and estafa, there is no need for AMLA to secure a court order for them to look into the information of all the bank deposits of Cassandra Ong. Does the AMLA confirm?
May I be clarified, Your Honor?
Yes,
with the
please.
existence of those predicate offenses, we are allowed to go to the Court of Appeals to apply for a bank inquiry. And it is the Court of Appeals with these predicate offenses which should authorize us to look into the bank accounts, Your Honor.
Can we be enlightened? How soon do you secure the order from the Court of Appeals for you to be able to get into this information?
For the PORA case, Your Honor, the investigation is still ongoing, and we are seeing that we would be able to file in the next coming weeks, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I am referring to the order to be issued by the Court of Appeals. I think that will be directed to the banking institutions to allow the AMLA to look into the bank deposits or transactions of Ms. Cassandra Ong. Gaano po ba katagal bago kumuha ng order na ito? Does it take weeks, months? Please enlighten us.
Your Honor, under the Anti-Money Laundering Act, once an application for bank inquiry is filed or a petition for freeze, the Court of Appeals is given 24 hours to issue an order whether to grant or to deny the petition, Your Honor.
And may we confirm whether the AMLA has filed already?
Your Honor, for the PORAC POGO case, we are still gathering information. The investigation is still being conducted, Your Honor. Under the AMLA, Your Honor, we have to prove certain elements, the existence of the predicate offense, the proceeds, the transaction, among others, Your Honor. So that is where the investigation is leading to, Your Honor.
And in your humble opinion, Mr. Chair, do you honestly believe that your application will merit the positive action of the Court of Appeals for you to be able to look into this bank information?
With the evidence thus gathered, Your Honor, the AMLAC is confident that once filed in court, it will be granted by the Court of Appeals, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, if I may proceed, in addition to the documents which were requested already by the Honorable Keith Flores, let this representation add the following documents which were mentioned. Where is she? By Cassandra Ong. Because earlier she said,
Chairman,
suspension, Mr.
since
Chair.
wala pa si Cassandra, can I ask the AMLA?
Okay.
Chairman. Yung case na final nyo, doon kay Cassandra Ong, malinaw. Yung ba case filed against Cassandra Ong or Alice Go?
It is against Alice Go together with the Cassandra Ong, Your Honor.
And it covers Bamban, Tarlac.
It's about the Bamban case.
How about the PORAC, in which Cassandra Ong is involved?
That is the case that is still being investigated by our office.
Timeline tayo, please.
Next week, 2 weeks? At most 2 weeks, Your Honor, at most.
2 weeks from now. Then, the next is Court of Appeals na.
Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, Your Honor, we'll be filing a bank inquiry petition before the Court of Appeals, Your Honor.
So, ito for the record, ulit, Bamban pa lang po, sinama nyo na si Cassandra Ong.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a joint investigation by the AMLAC, by the NBI, and PAOK, Your Honor.
Sa PORAC Pampanga, sinong mga subject dun?
For the PORAC, Your Honor, with your kind indulgence, we cannot disclose the persons
Okay,
being
since
investigated, Your Honor.
just this morning you asked for an executive session to appraise us. So, Mr. Chairman, we'll just schedule an executive session with the AMLAC. Ang request lang po namin, bilisan po natin. Kasi, nakafocus pa kami sa budget. Ang Quadcom, this is now our fourth hearing. Hopefully, sana, in the fifth or sixth hearing, medyo na-file na natin, tapos may reply na from the Court of Appeals.
Will do po, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, please
I just
proceed.
wish to clarify from AMLA because my understanding is Cassandra Ong is implicated in PORAC Pampanga. How come she was included in the case in Bamban Tarlac?
That is based on the investigation conducted by the NBI and PAOK, Your Honor. That she is part of this conspiracy in the commission of the crime in Bamban case, Your Honor.
In other words, does AMLA confirm na wala pang kasong nakafile pertaining to Whirlwind and Lucky South?
Insofar as the money laundering aspect, Your Honor, is concerned, none so far, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, can we pursue the waiver that was previously committed by Cassandra Ong to execute for herself and in behalf of the corporation? Because there is misrepresentation when she said that cases have been filed against her already, when the truth of the matter is her implication is with respect to Bamban Tarlac and not with respect to PORAC Pampanga. I respectfully move, Mr. Chair, that we pursue the prior commitment of Cassandra Ong to execute a waiver, at least if not for herself, in her representation for Lucky South and Whirlwind Corporation, Mr. Chair.
We will ask her directly, Your Honor, as soon as she comes back, and ask for her commitment again, whether she is willing to sign that waiver in order for us to be able to examine.
Mr. Chair, I just wish to express this frustration that during the last hearing, she seemed to be so sincere in her intention to execute the waiver, only for me to realize today that she just wanted us to withdraw the contempt order and the detention order in the Women's Correctional. So I find it actually as an act of contempt, Mr. Chair, but I understand the technical gaps, the challenges of the Secretariat. Nonetheless, I wish to manifest that we be ready with our templates so that if there are commitments expressed by the resource speakers, we have it signed right away, especially when the resource speaker is duly accompanied and assisted by her own lawyer, Mr. Chair.
Yes, we take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro, and may I direct the COMSEC to please follow the suggestion of Congresswoman Luistro as far as the template for whatever commitment, whatever statement to be made by the witness before a committee hearing of the Quadcom.
And Mr. Chairman, if ever that she will not take her oath on that sign waiver before a notary public, I will move to cite Ms. Cassandra Ong in contempt and assign her in the Mandaluyong correctional.
At
for
the
that matter,
appropriate
Mr.
time,
Chairman.
Congressman Fernandez,
Yes,
at the appropriate time,
Mr. Chair.
we will decide on that after we exhaust all possible way to get information from Ms. Cassandra Li Ong. And if she does not cooperate and we feel that she has committed a contemptible act, then the committee will, if they so desire, will cite her for contempt. So, but before that, we continue with our interpellation, and the next to interpellate is Congressman Zia, and then Congressman Acop, and then Congressman Paduano, and then Congresswoman Swansing. Congressman Zia, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Chair, I'd like to direct my question to Ms. Cassandra Ong. Is she available? Nasa CR.
1 minute
Why
suspension.
is the toilet break so long, Mr. Chair? This will agitate the Honorable Adjong.
1 minute suspension. Let me remind also the honorable members that we have several resource persons we invited for today's committee hearing. It's not just, I know how eager we are all to hear from Cassandra Li Ong, but there are other resource persons here that you may wish to ask and propound questions. So please, do not forget them. Is Cassandra Ong here? Is she back?
Mr. Chair, while we are waiting for Cassandra Ong, I wish to ask Ms. Baterna. Ms. Baterna, nakikinig ka naman kay Cassie Ong, di ba? Si Cassie Ong ba nagsasabi ng totoo? Oo o hindi? Answer the question, please.
Hindi ko po alam, Madam Chair.
Are you listening to her?
Yes po, Madam Chair.
O, ang sabi niya, wala daw siyang kinalaman sa Pogo, sa Lucky South. Is she telling the truth?
Hindi ko po alam, Madam Chair.
Of course, she's lying because that is contrary to your prior testimony. May I proceed to Cassie Ong, Mr. Chair? Just a
Congresswoman-
couple of questions.
Congresswoman Luisa, can we give her 3 minutes? She has to, I think she's not feeling well.
Mr. Chair.
The doctors in the house will, saan? Dito.
Mr.
1
Chair.
minute suspension.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, please proceed,
this
Vice
is
Chair.
just in addition to the documents which are being requested by the Honorable Keith Flores to complete the picture of the one which is being created by Cassandra Ong in supplying so many strange answers. May I request as well that she produce the construction agreement and the building plan of Whirlwind Corporation, which was leased to Lucky South Corporation. This is in addition to the ITR and also the real property tax of the Whirlwind Corporation pertaining to this 2.5 hectares of the mansion house and the 7 hectares of the property previously owned by the Cruz family. May I request as well, Mr. Chair, for the deed of sale of Lucky South to Mr. Cheng, the one she mentioned as well earlier, and a contract of lease, which she kept on saying when she said that she's merely subleasing, or Lucky South is merely subleasing the facilities to Pogos. So all in all, Mr. Chair, these are 6 documents: construction agreement, building plan, ITR, RPT, deed of sale of Lucky South to Mr. Cheng, and then the contract of lease to the sublessees. So move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so there's a motion by Congressman Luis Trio with all the documents pertaining to the Lucky South 99 and the Whirlwind Corporation. Any second the motion?
Second.
Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the said motion is now approved. So, next interpolator, can we ask the in-house medical doctors to update us with regard to Cassie's, Miss Cassandra Ong's condition? Can you identify yourself, Doc?
I'm Dr. Rafi Valencia from the Medical and Dental Service of the House of Representatives. Now, as of now, sir, mababa, sir, yung blood sugar. So that's the cause of the dizziness and the weakness.
What
The
is-
BP, the vital signs are stable.
What is the blood sugar level?
Actually, sir, hindi nga binabasa na ng machine, which means that it's too low.
Oh.
Mr. Chair,
So, with that,
can I just ask confirmation from the doctor if it is true that Ms. Ong refused to eat, refused to drink the Coca-Cola that was given to her?
so,
Sir,
so maybe, are you the right person to answer that query? I think the custodian facility. Who is the custodian facility of the Quadcom? You are? No, we're asking the custodian. Is she not eating? Sige, ma'am, identify yourself, please.
Sir Glizal Irene po, Valdepeñas from the LSB po. Mr. Chair, may specific lang po siyang food na gustong kainin every time po na nagpo-provide kami ng food sa kanya.
So ayaw niya yung ulam na binibigay niyo?
Yes po.
Ayaw niya?
Yes po.
And is it true na kanina umaga you tried to give her Coke because mababa na yung sugar niya and she refused to take it?
Yes, sir, but later on, ininom naman po niya.
Ininom niya?
Yes po.
Okay, so the refusal to eat is because of her dislike of the food that you've been giving her.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you po.
Mr. Chair?
Siguro yung sa doctor muna.
Yes, may I?
Mr. Chair, can we ask the doctor first? Dr. Rapi Valencia, what will be your advice to our resource person for
Sir, for
today's
the
hearing?
meantime, sir, siguro po, we'll try to raise the blood sugar. Now, we're trying to ask her to drink yung drink niya. Pinagdagan ko na lang, sir, ng sugar yung iced tea niya.
So with that,
Just to
Mr.
increase.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Valencia. With that, Mr. Chairman, can we ask the other resource persons which this Quadcom have invited while recuperating muna si Cassandra Ong?
Well, in our list of interpelators, the next in line is Kong Zia. However,
Yeah, Mr. Chair, my questions basically are to Ms. Cassie Ong. And I will yield to the next interpreter if they are willing to ask some of the resource persons here. And I'll just wait until Ms. Ong is capable of answering my questions,
okay,
Mr.
thank
Chair.
you, Kong Zia.
Thank you.
The next in our list is Congressman Akop. If Congressman Akop is ready. Okay.
Mr. Chair, I prepared my questions for Madam Casio.
Okay, thank you. So in that case, Congressman Dan Fernandez is the next to interpolate.
Ako, wala na ako tatanong, Mr. Chair. Hindi, kay AR na lang, AR.
Good afternoon po, Mr. Chair.
Good afternoon, AR. Meron sana akong gustong itanong sa iyo during that time nung the last time according to some report, magkano ba sinweldo mo dun sa being an incorporator of Biancham ba? Or yung Bataan Maribeles Holding Corporation?
To be honest po, Mr. Chair, hindi ko po alam talaga yung paano, kung may sinahod ba talaga or being a stakeholder of Biancham po.
So the last time that you answered that kind of question, the same answer that you have given on this Quadcom?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. During the raid doon sa Porac, di ba? According sa PAOK TF, parang meron nakuha silang bank account mo Is this true?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
May nakuha silang bank account mo?
Yes po, Mr.
So anong bangko 'yon?
BPI po, Mr. Chair.
BPI.
Yes, Mr.
Ilang BPI account meron ka?
I have one personal account po, Mr. Chair.
One personal account? Ano to, checking, savings, or
Savings po, Mr. Chair.
savings account? So, isa lang ang savings account mo? Or
Yes
you
po.
have another joint account with somebody?
I have a joint account with Attorney Roque po, Mr. Chair.
So, meron kang joint account with Harry Roque.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
How much? Magkano laman nung joint account nyo ni Attorney Harry Roque?
As of today ba yun, Mr. Chair?
No, today, how much?
Sa pagkakalam ko, Mr. Chair, close na po yung account na yun.
Close na. Sino close? Ikaw? Kayong dalawa, joint, right?
Hindi pa ako nag-close noon, Mr. Chair. Pero pag-check ko po online, wala na po siya.
Pero having that joint account with Attorney Harry Roque, namamonitor mo yung account. Siyempre, account mo, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, magkano yung pinakamalaking pumasok na pera?
Sa pagkaalala ko kasi, Mr. Chair, that account was used for election po, Mr. Chair.
So, how
medyo
much ang pinakamalaking pumasok na pera?
Around 3M or more, Mr. Chair.
3M.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
One
One transaction po.
transaction. So, umabot ng magkano yung account na yun?
Alam ko that is the limit, Mr. Chair. Yung pinakamalaki po na deposit. Kasi pag
No,
nag-deposit...
I mean the total, AR. Yung total na pumasok sa joint account nyo, how much?
Yun ang hindi ko po masasagot, Mr. Chair.
Bakit?
Hindi ko po alam if magkano po lahat ang pumasok doon, Mr. Chair.
Hindi mo nakikita account mo? Wala kang kopya? Wala kang online account? Hindi mo nakikita yung pasok? You're under oath.
Ang klaruhin ko lang, Mr. Chair, ang tanong niyo is magkano lahat ang pumasok po doon, di ba, Mr. Chair?
Yes, oo.
Hindi ko po alam ano yung total amount po na pumasok doon, Mr. Chair.
Pero ang pinakamalaki na nakita mo is only 3 million. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ang pinakamalaking pumasok is 3 million.
Pwede ko i-check, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead. Okay, AR?
Sa pagkaalala ko talaga, Mr. Chair, 3 million po ang biggest na pumasok doon, Mr. Chair.
So, anong tinitingnan mo kanina? Wala kang nakita?
Nag-loading pa kasi, Mr. Chair.
Nakaka-withdraw ka ba sa account na yan?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, nakaka-withdraw ka?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Magkano ang pinakamalaki na withdraw mo?
Around 1.8, Mr. Chair.
One withdrawal. Don't worry, AR. You have to be honest. You know why?
Yes, around 1.2 to 1.8, Mr. Chair. Alam ko po yun.
Yung na-withdraw mo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, marami kang withdrawal na malalaki.
Parang once a month yun, Mr. Chair, before. For election purposes naman yun, Mr. Chair. For payroll po ng mga tao po.
And why is Attorney Harry Roque allowing you to withdraw that big amount?
That is for the payroll po ng election staff po ni Attorney Roque ng election po, Mr. Chair.
Election.
Yes po, election staff.
So, ang sinasabi mo, that amount that was withdrawn by you during election time, are you sure? During election time?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Definite ka dyan, ha?
Yes,
Kasi
Mr.
pag
Chair.
nakita natin na hindi election time yan, you're lying, ha?
Makita rin, Mr. Chair, na nag-withdraw din ako ng that amount last election po.
1.2 and 1.8.
Within those range po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Sige, for that, Mr. Chairman, no further questions for the moment.
Thank you, Congressman Fernandez. May
Mr.
direct... Yes, Congressman Akop, you're ready.
May just ask some questions from Mr. De La Serna.
Please proceed.
Mr. De La Serna, in 2023, ilang beses kayong lumabas ni Attorney Roque?
Taruhin ko lang po, Mr. Chair. Out of the country trips po ba yun?
Ano?
Out of the country trips ba yun, Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
out of the country. Ilang beses kayo lumabas ni Attorney Roque in the year 2023?
6 times po, Mr. Chair.
6.
Yes.
6 times in 1 year. Tama?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Pwede po bang sabihin nyo sa committee na ito? Ano ang mga dahilan o purpose ninyo kung bakit 6 times po kayong lumalabas ni Attorney Roque
The
in
first trip-
2023?
Mr. Chair, the first trip was a trip to Hong Kong po Sa pagkalala ko, Mr. Chair, yun po yung premiere night ng isang movie po with the Marcos family po, Mr. Chair. Ang second trip po namin
Isang movie?
yung movie po with ni Senator Amy po, Mr. Chair. May premiere night po sa Hong Kong that time.
Okay.
Tapos the next trip was a trip to Beijing po, Mr. Chair. Kasama ko po.
Anong buwan yung kuwan?
April po, Mr. Chair.
Sa Hong Kong?
Yes.
Sa Hong Kong.
If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Chair, it was April 1 po.
April 1. Sa Hong Kong. Pero in April of 2023, the record show, nag-travel din kayo sa China eh.
Yes, to Beijing po, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Tama?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, 2 beses kayong lumabas ng ating bansa, ng 2 beses kasama si Atty. Roque.
Yes, Mr. Chair, that is correct.
Hindi ba sinabi mo, 5 ba yung executive assistant ni Atty. Roque?
That is the time in Malacanang po, Mr. Chair. Out of office po.
So, nawala na po sila nung nawala na siya sa Malacanang.
Tama po, Mr.
Ikaw
Chair.
lang ang natira.
Yes po.
Ha?
May ibang staff naman, Mr. Chair.
Hindi, ikaw lang ang natira doon sa 5 EA niya.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, ikaw naman oh. Iiwas ka kaagad. Di ba? Ano kayang meron ka kung bakit ikaw ang paborito ni Atty. Harry Roque?
To my answer po, Mr. Chair, is sanay po kasi ako magtrabaho kasama po si Sir Harry po, Mr. Chair. Alam ko po yung medical needs po ni Atty. Roque. Madaming beses na po ako nagbiyahe sa kanya, not only abroad, but also here in the Philippines. Kasama ako sa Cebu, sa Davao, sa Dumaguete, even other parts of the Philippines po. Ako po yung kasama doon, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, kasi you traveled to Japan and Singapore in September of 2023.
Yes po, Mr. That is
And
for...
then you traveled to Abu Dhabi, UAE in October. Kasama ka pa rin sa records na BI.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh, so, naalis ka na executive assistant nung nawala siya sa Malacanang. Pero yung serbisyo mo, tuloy-tuloy pa rin.
Kasama po ako sa campaign team din po, Mr. Chair.
Ha?
Kasama po ako sa campaign team.
Kasama mo siya sa campaign.
Kasama po ako sa campaign team po ni Atty. Roque, Mr.
Oo
Chair.
nga, pero 2023 yung pinag-uusapan natin. 6 na beses kayong lumabas sa bansa. Wala namang kampanya na nangyari noong 2023.
No,
Maiwas ka talaga kaagad eh. Di ba?
Yes, Mr.
Oh,
Chair.
anong kampanya ang nangyari noong 2023? Ang pinag-uusapan natin, yung paglabas nyo sa 2023 ng 6 na beses.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh, ano yung rason mo na kampanya? Bakit nawala ka na bilang EA, nagtuloy pa rin yung serbisyo mo sa kanya? Matanong ko, magkano bang sweldo binibigay sa iyo ni Atty. Roque?
Para po siyang may basic pay na 20,000 a month po, Mr. Chair.
3,000 naman?
20 po, 20.
20,000 naman. Okay. And ang trabaho mo parang personal duty nurse ka o PDN.
Parang alalay po ako, Mr. Chair. All around alalay po ako. Ano po yung utos ni Sir Harry gagawin ko lang
So,
po?
alalay ka.
Yes.
So, lahat ng bagay, trabaho mo.
Parang ganun po, Mr. Chair.
Ganun. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yun lang.
Thank you, Congressman Akop.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Congresswoman Sansing.
Opo, quick interjection lang po, Mr. Chair. Because during the last hearing po, I interpellated Mr. De La Serna. He said on record that his salary is between salary grade 17 to salary grade 20. So if we look at it po, it's roughly between 37,000 to 52,000 a month, Mr. Chair. So I just wanted to clarify, Mr. Chair, the response that his salary is 20,000 pesos per month.
Mr.
And
Chair
also,
po.
Mr. Chair, in addition to that, Mr. Chair, in the last hearing, Congresswoman Mika asked Mr. De La Serna what specific job description is he doing for Harry Roque. And he said he's in charge of the social media accounts of Mr. Roque. Now he's saying he's alalay all around. So mukhang may inconsistencies doon sa mga sagot ni Mr. De La Serna kay Chairman Romy Acop.
Thank you, Congresswoman Sansing and Congressman Zia. Narinig mo yung tanong ni Congresswoman Swansing, no?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Anong sagot mo sa kanyang katanungan?
Can I answer first the question of Congressman
Adjong.
Yes po.
Yes.
With relations to your question po, Your Honor, nag-start po ako as SOCMED ni Attorney Roque po noong 2020. Tapos naging EA po ako ni Sir Harry noong 2021 hanggang sa sinama niya ako as campaign. After nung Malacanang stint, sinama po ako sa election staff. After po ng election staff, iilan na lang po kaming natira. to work in his office. I have one of them, pero ganun po talaga, pag sino yung naiwan, sa kanya din naiwan lahat ng trabaho. And to answer Congresswoman Swansing, the salary grade 17 to 20 was the salary grade in Malacanang, not in the private employment of Attorney Roque po.
Mr. Chair, quick
Please
follow-up lang
proceed.
po. If naiintindihan po namin, pumayag po kayo na bumaba po yung sahod nyo mula sa dati nyo pong tinatanggap na 37,000, pababa po sa 20,000 per month.
Meron kasi kaming private na conversation with Attorney Roque if parang if yung meron siyang inutos sa akin regarding a business venture niya. If that would boom, then I would greatly benefited also po, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, if we may probe further into that, ano po yung business na yon?
Mr. Chair, the solar plant na tinatayo po in Cebu po, Your Honor.
Bukod po doon, Mr. Chair, meron po bang ibang ipinangako si Attorney Harry Roque? Kasi po, para po sa akin, Mr. Chair, medyo malaki po yung binagsak ng sahod nyo. Halos nakalahati po yung diferensya ng sahod nyo nung kayo ay EA, na tumatanggap po ng 37 to 52,000 per month, pababa po sa 20,000. So siguro po, sinusubukan ko lang pong intindihin na bakit po kayo pumayag na manatili sa poder ni Attorney Harry Roque kahit po halos higit po sa kalahati yung binagsak po na inyong sahod.
Hindi ako umalis kay Sir Harry kasi maganda naman yung opportunity kasi the solar plant in Cebu was parang mag-open na po soon, Your Honor.
Meron po ba kayong natanggap na sahod o may kinita po ba kayo? Kasi po, yun yung dahilan kung bakit kayo nanatili sa kanyang poder. Pero meron po ba kayong actual na kinita mula po doon sa solar plant na yun?
Not yet po, Your Honor.
So sa loob po ng halos 4 na taon, simula po nung natapos po yung inyong, tama po ba? 2,000?
Pwede ko pong i-correct, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Mr. De La Serna.
That promise was made in after the elections po, mga July po of 2020 po, Your Honor.
Yun lang po, Mr. Chair, kasi kahit po tumatanggap po siya ng 20,000 per month na sahod, pumayag po siya na magbukas ng bank account, ng joint bank account, kasama po si Attorney Harry Roque, nang hindi niya po alam yung pumapasok, magkano yung pumasok, magkano po yung lumabas. Sorry, Mr. De La Serna, medyo konektado po ito doon sa tanong ko nung nakaraan. Bakit po kayo pumapayag na ganon? Na magbubukas po kayo ng joint account na magkasama, pumipirma po kayo ng mga papel bilang board of directors, bilang nominal stockholder ng Biancham. Siguro po, yun lang po yung sinusubukan kong intindihan. Halos isang linggo na po simula nung nagkausap tayo. Pero pag pinag-iisipan ko pa din po, sinusubukan ko pa rin pong intindihan, bakit po kayo pumapayag sa mga request po ni Attorney Harry Roque?
Siguro naman po, Mr. Chair, Your Honors, hindi man ako ipapahamak ni Attorney Roque po, Your Honor. Yun po yung basis ko to trust Attorney Roque po.
Mr. Chair, doon po muna yung tanong ko ngayon. Follow up lang po sa mga katatungan ni Kong Akop. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much, Mr. De La Serna.
Mr. Chair, may
Yes,
follow up the
Congressman
question
Akop,
of
with
the
the indulgence
Honorable
of
Swansing.
Congresswoman Sansing.
Mr. De La Serna, pumapayag po kayo na magkaroon ng joint account ni Attorney Roque.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Magkano naman ang kinocontribute mo o kinontribute mo initially dun sa joint account ninyo?
Wala po akong kinocontribute po doon.
Wala ka?
Yes,
Wala kang nidadagdag doon sa joint account ninyo ni Attorney Roque?
Yes, tama po, Mr.
Wala.
Chair.
Pero you're authorized na mag-withdraw?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Yun ang usapan po ninyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ganon.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Nalalaman ko lang yan, nangyayari yan sa mag-asawa, mag-ina o mag-ama eh. Di po ba? Di ba yung joint account? Ano sa tingin mo, iho?
Hindi ko man po pinapakilaman yung pera po ni Attorney Roque po.
Maliban
Mr.
lang,
Chair.
kung pinapatago niya, yung pera sa iyo. Kasi hati kayo, halimbawa 5 milyon, hati kayo, di 2.5 kayo.
Ay, hindi,
Pero
Attorney
ikaw na mismo umamin na wala kang idinagdag o isinama doon sa joint account ninyo.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Ginagawa lang yan ng magulang doon sa anak eh. Di po ba? O kaya sa kanyang asawa, magjo-joint account sila? Di po ba? Ano sa tingin mo?
Inutusan lang po ako, Mr. Chair. Sumunod lang naman po ako.
Inutusan ka lang and sumunod ka.
Yes,
Ay
Mr.
kung
Chair.
sasabihin ba niya, lumundag ka sa bangin, lulundag ka?
Hindi naman po siguro, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop.
Mr. Chair, my apologies. Very quickly lang
Okay,
po.
sige,
Just
please.
2 questions. Mr. De La Serna, you mentioned a solar power plant na business venture nyo ni Attorney Harry Roque, meron ka bang stake doon sa kumpanya na yon?
No po, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, no stake, zero stake.
Paano siya nangako sa'yo? Anong klaseng kita galing doon sa solar plant?
Mangailangan kasi ng tao na mag-supervise on the construction in Cebu po noon, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Ako po yung taong mag-supervise po doon sana.
If you don't mind, Mr. De La Serna, may you please share the name of the solar plant that you're talking about?
I'm so sorry po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Hindi pa kasi siya nagmamaterialize. Having a case now in Cebu with that, I'm so sorry, I'm not allowed to talk about the case also po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, we're not asking for specifics about the case. Pwede lang po, yung pangalan lang po nung solar plant.
Pwede ko i-check, Your Honor.
At stockholder po ba si Attorney Harry Roque dun sa Cebu plant na yon?
I cannot answer what I do not know po, Your Honor.
Opo, yun lang Mr. Chair, kasi binabalikan ko lang po, kasi nung nakaraang interpellation po, under oath, sinabi po ni Mr. De La Serna, dalawang corporation lang po yung stockholder siya na pinakiusapan po siya ni Attorney Harry Roque. So, kinailangan ko lang alamin, Mr. Chair, baka kasi sakaling board of director din po or stockholder din si Mr. De La Serna sa Cebu Solar Power Plant po na ito.
Ay, hindi po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Maibibigay niyo po ba, Mr. De La Serna, yung pangalan ng solar power plant? Mr. De La Serna, habang hinahanap niyo po, so ang expectation po ba ay habang nag-aviation school kayo sa Pampanga, ay mag-manage po kayo na solar power plant sa Cebu? Ganun po ba yung usapan? Magkalayo po yun?
That was before deciding to pursue a career in aviation po, Your Honor.
Okay.
The name of the company would be Northern Cebu Renewable Energy Corporation Incorporated po.
Sorry, Mr. De La Serna, can you say that slowly po?
Northern Cebu Renewable Energy Corporation Incorporated po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Apo. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Sonsing. Yes,
I have a follow-up question. Medyo na-intriga ko dun sa ano eh.
Please proceed, Congresswoman Sia.
Oo. Mr. De La Serna, can you confirm, ano po itong joint venture ninyo ni Mr. Attorney Harry Roque pagdating sa solar energy?
Wala po kaming joint venture with the company po, Your Honor, Mr.
So
Chair.
ano yung participation mo doon, Mr. Chair? Attorney De La Serna.
If magkakaroon po, ma-pursue po yung solar power plant po doon, ako po yung tatao for Attorney Roque in Cebu po, Mr. Chair, Your
So
Honor.
stockholder ka din doon kumpanya?
No, I'm not a stockholder there, Your Honor.
So ano yung specific na participation mo doon?
We'll just manage the construction of the solar panel po, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
To
so-
update po, Attorney Roque, which is he will be in Manila. Ako
So
in
ibig sabihin, pag ikaw ang tao niya doon, at least you have a basic knowledge of how solar business is being run. Am I correct?
Ang pagkakainindi ko po before, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, ako lang po yung mag-update kay Sir Harry on ano po yung nangyayari po
Pero ang
in
sinabi
Cebu.
mo, Mr. Chair, kanina is you'll be the tao.
Yes, tama po.
Okay. So ikaw yung tao doon, ibig sabihin at least you'll have a knowledge on how to run a business.
Yes.
Diba? So do you have a knowledge on how to run a solar business?
I'm still studying po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
But before that, kasi hindi niya gagawin na ikaw ang papalagay niya doon, Mr. Chair, kung malulugi para sa kanya na ikaw ang tatayo doon. Kasi the reason why, I think Attorney Harry Roque, matalino yun, di ba?
Yes.
Oo. So the reason why ikaw ang nilagay niya doon, apart from confident siya, na ikaw ay pinagkakatiwalaan niya, baka confident siya sa iyong kaalaman. Hindi ho ba?
Ang pagkakaalam ko po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, ang trabaho ko lang po doon is to update Attorney Roque po sa mga
but you
updates
said-
po in Cebu.
So you said that you'll be the person in charge of the Ito yung sinabi mo, you'll be the person in
yes.
charge in Cebu to update, not only to update Harry Roque, but you'll be the alter ego of Attorney Roque.
Mostly po ng work ko talaga po, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, is to update Attorney Roque po sa mga ventures
Sinabi mo,
po.
okay, let me go back to my previous question. Tinanong kita,
yes.
do you have a basic knowledge? Sabi mo, nag-aaral. So can you please update me, ano yung eksakto na na aspeto ng solar energy ang investa ninyo or alam mong po pwede mong i-share sa committee ito?
Alam ko po, they will be producing floating energy po in Cebu po.
Is it generation? Is it distribution? Or do you also involve in transmission lines? Do you
Generation po.
Ano?
Generation po.
Sa generation. So malaki yan kasi ibig sabihin you'll be
Yes.
producing energy. So how much is that? Would you know how much is the...
Yun ang hindi ko po alam, Your Honor. I'm so sorry.
So wala kang alam doon sa paano mo
Actually-
i-update si Mr. Harry
actually,
Roque kung wala kang
actually-
kaalam-alam?
Actually po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, hindi po siya nag-push through po as of now.
What do you mean hindi na push through?
Sa nabanggit ko po kanina, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, they're having a case in Cebu. They're having a problem with some stuff po doon.
So what year was this?
Ang alam ko po, this year. This year po. Last year po pala, Your Honors.
2023.
Yes, Your Honors, Mr. Chair.
For now, Mr. Chair, may we know the status of Ms. Ong?